Hey, Woon, what you doing?
Bring up sand
Okay. Why?
because we're going to hang with one more house.
Okay. So what we did is we're going to give it one last effort with the this TPI Super Armor Nano Paint waterproofing. Yeah. So when we did this last time, it almost got it, but it still had a little bit of saturation, and I wasn't happy with that. So what we're going to do is we bought this thing here, and it has a 2.5 millimeter tip. So it's a pretty big tip, and that should be adequate enough to put that stuff through there. And what I will do is I am going to spray the inside of all the compartments, well, this tank and the one next to it. So it'll be 3 and 4. And what I will do is I will spray both of these filters, 8 compartments, and then we'll wait 2-3 hours and then give it another coat, and wait 2-3 hours and give it another coat. So I will give it 3 coats with the sprayer, and of course that's providing that it will allow it to spray. So Woon did this compartment here, and like I said, it almost got the leak, except for a little bit of saturation. So I think that not only will it be faster with the spray gun, it'll be more even, consistent in thickness and all that good stuff. So yeah, so right now Woon has 2 compartments left on that filter over there, and then she will move from there. And while I'm spraying here, that will dry over there. She's using a damp sponge, so it's not very wet. So it should be okay. I think this will do it. I hope that it'll do it. I pray that it'll do it. It better do it, because those fish are, number one, are getting big, crowded, and it's really hard to keep those filters clean. So I would like to take the fish that are on that tank and divide them into these 4. But for now, I would like to take and have them in 3. These 2 here and the one that they're in. And then what I will do, since this is going to work, I will spray the next 2 and set them up. Put the pipe for the air pump. Put the pipe for the water pump. Set up the skimmer. Set up the 2 uptakes that are down at the bottom there. And yeah, and what I will do, which is something that I've learned over time, I will filter this water a day, 2 days, 3 days, whatever it takes, till it's clear before I move any of this fish over here. Because once they get in there and they start pooping everywhere, you'll never catch up. It is just super hard. Now, that pump that we have there is 12,000 liters per hour. And this here is about 30. So it will almost cycle all the water in here through that filter in 2 hours. So if it takes about 2 hours to cycle this, we can cycle this water through that filter about 12 times a day, and hopefully that'll work. All right, wait for Woon to finish. I'll mix up this waterproofing paint and start spraying and see what happens. All right. I don't want to brag, but I'm faster than Woon
Okay.
at doing this.
Okay. Then do it.
Yeah, I am. It's working pretty good. The inside of here,
You can see the pigment is go very well
yeah,
and even.
yeah. This here has a little pipe that comes down and angles out this way. But when I'm way at the bottom, if I put it at too much of an angle, you have to come back and go like this because it misses that pipe. But it's okay. We finally got this thing running, and the leak we couldn't find what it was. Is down at the bottom is a 1-inch pipe going out as a drain, and even though we coated it with waterproofing material and all that stuff, the water was still getting around and out. So what we had to do is we had to dig out a little area around the pipe and then put caulking on it. And then we put caulking on the outside, and that seemed to do the trick. So just today we received that pump there. So I put it in here, and as you can see, it's pushing the air out. The other side over here is still a little slow. It's working, but it's a little slow because the pipe was full of water, so it'll take a little bit. By tomorrow morning, it should be pushing air all the way around. So I put in this, I turned this thing on last night, so it ran all night, and then this morning, and then for the better part of the day, it was off because we had no electricity. And then the power came back on, and now it's running.
The water look pretty clear.
Yeah, the water this morning was a lot clearer than it is now.
Right.
However, I haven't learned the lesson yet. Because I have a couple of places that the 1-inch well pipe leaks, I don't leave it on. And yesterday, I was spraying it and I was doing this and that, cleaning the filters. I forgot to turn that pump on. And the next thing you know, the tank is dry and it's sucking up rust.
Yeah.
So I spent several hours refilling and draining the tank and draining everything trying to get that rust out of there. This morning, I ran the water in several of the other tanks and pretty much got it clear of rust. So this morning, I needed to add water to this thing, and there was a little bit of cloudiness in the water, so I actually put a little bit of floating rust into that tank. This is the 4th day that the filter's been running. This morning, it was super clear. You could see all the pipes from the bottom and everything. But this is the 4th day well, this is the morning right now. It's like 10 in the morning. But this is the 4th day, and I turned it on about 5 or 6 in the evening. So at the end of today, it will be the 4th day, and we'll see how that thing is. Oh, and by the way, this is the setup that I came up with. On that first tank over there, what I did is I brought the water in, and initially I had put a pipe going all the way down to the bottom. But instead, I put a 90-degree elbow so the water bubbles and aerates it and gets some of that rust out of the water. And then, in that little compartment, I put some net. So the water goes over the net, down, and out to the pipe, and then it goes over the little compartment, down through the net, out the pipe, into compartment number 3. Now, because this thing is about 1 meter deep, I needed to lift the shells and the lava rock. So what I did, since I had a lot of trash cans left over from the last filter experiment, I put 2 trash cans upside down in the compartment, and it was the perfect size to put those shells over the trash can, and then 4 lava rocks. Now, since the water is going underneath and coming through, I took some of that blue filter material and laid it over the trash can and set the shells on top of that, followed by 4 lava rocks. And then as you can see right there where it comes out into compartment 4, over there. As you can see in compartment 4, you can see a piece of that blue material there. So realistically, you have that filter material from that end of the compartment under all the shells and lava rocks, and then up, covering where the water comes out. And then from there, it dumps into compartment 4 and back into the tank. Now, yesterday, I emptied the day before yesterday. The day before yesterday, at the end of day 2, I emptied all the filters to see how they were doing, and it had a tremendous amount of stuff in water. So I flushed it all out, and it's running again, and that water is clearing up nicely. So I think that this setup right here will work out very, very good. Now, here we set up a pump, and as you can see, it goes into a 1/2-inch PVC, and as we've seen in some of the other videos, there's a bubbler that this thing is hooked up to, and you can see the bubbles coming up. And it works out very, very nice. The only thing I have to do, go back to the 2 things I need to do, 3 things, 4 things. There's 4 things I need to do, 4 things I need to do to call this thing done. One is, if you look at the air pump, the hose comes up a little bit to connect to that pipe. I need to trim it and bring it down so it comes straight out of the pump and into the PVC pipe. That's 1. 2, I need to take this plug here and move it to that 4x4 at that end so we can connect the water pump to it. And then here, where this plug is at, I need to put a box with 3 plugs. 2 will have the air pumps, and then another one will support this pump, and then you'll have some plug 3 to do whatever. And then the other thing I need to do is on that water like this, I need to add a little pipe here, secure the thing a little bit better to the fence, and buy about 4 meters of 1-inch hose. This way I can control this on and off. I don't have to be going outside and back over and under, right here. Turn it on and off. Wash this tube, wash these tubes. I can turn the water on when they're ready. And the last thing I need to do is on that steel pipe right there, I need to set up with a mechanical screw that will automatically turn the water on and off as the level goes up and down. And of course, and I'll show you in another video, but when you turn that thing on, the water will come straight out to fast fill, or you turn, it'll have 2 shut-off valves. One that controls the actual water, and the other one that controls what place the water comes out at. So you turn one on, water comes out, but you have to choose whether it goes on the float or it goes in the straight pipe. If you choose to go in the straight pipe, then the water will fill up quickly. When you turn that off, you still have the other shut-off valve on. It will go through the float and automatically turn it off and control that level. Now, one thing I learned, that tank over there, I have to fix it, but one thing I learned is I had just put it on there like this. And I learned that even though this is gravity fed, over time it has enough pressure to actually push that pipe out of it. You don't have to go look for it underwater. Yeah. So you have to find the level that you want and then glue it. It must be permanently glued, otherwise every few days you're going to be down there looking for this thing. Thanks for watching.
ขอบคุณเจ้า
See you next time.
แล้วปะกันแฮมไมนะเจ้า
See you.
บ๊ายบาย